Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for coming back or checking me out for the first time. Please make sure to like this video if you like what you see, and of course subscribe before you head out of here. Today's video is going to be my Nintendo Switch game collection. My game collection is gigantic, so I'm gonna go through it as quick as I can. I'm doing it in alphabetical order because that was the easiest way for me to make sure that I even got them all down. These are gonna be a mix of physical games and digital games. I have probably pretty 50-50, but if anything, I probably have a few more digital than I do physical. Let's jump right in and start with Animal Crossing New Horizons. I feel like Animal Crossing New Horizons needs no information, needs no introduction. This game was the game of 2020, year of the quarantine, year of the Twilight Zone. I mean, they couldn't have picked a better launch date. They had that date set for March of 2020. It just totally worked out for them, which is so lucky and so awesome. I love the Animal Crossing franchise. I have been playing it for years. I think that the only one that I didn't play was the original, but I think I have played every single one of them since. So Animal Crossing New Horizons was a no-brainer for me, and the terraforming was amazing. Since there's not really too many updates, I haven't been playing it lately. I've been playing a bunch of other stuff, but Animal Crossing New Horizons will be always one of my favorite games, and I just love it. Bug Fables: The Everlasting Sapling. I got it because I was missing Paper Mario Origami King a lot, and I was scouring the Googles and came across games like Paper Mario Origami King, and this was on there. It's kind of like a little homage to that game. It's very similar, like super witty dialogue, except for instead of playing as Mario characters, you are playing as like these little adorable insects. Calico. So Calico is an adorable little indie game. You run a cat cafe, which is so cute. I am such a cat person. I have 3 cats. This is my cat. This is Leo. He's very cute. This is one of my kitties. I have 2 boys and a girl. So anything cat related like automatically piques my attention. The character customization is unbelievable. The characters are so cute and you can do so much with them. So if you're into character customization, you will love that portion of this game. It's a little bit glitchy here and there, but that really doesn't take away from the charm of the game. And you also get to carry animals through the forest, and you're like running and their arms are like out like this, like super straight, which makes me laugh every time, and it's so stinking cute. I feel like this is one of those little games that is just like made for gamers by gamers, like made for the people by the people. Definitely check it out if you're looking for like a cute little add-on game. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This game is underrated. I love Toad, first of all, so I was automatically sold. It is more of like a puzzler than a platformer, but it's kind of both. Toad can't jump, so he just runs around, but you have to turn the board. You like spin it, so that way you can like see things from different angles and different perspectives and find all the stars that you're looking for. This game does not have a really long story, so buying it full price was really not something that I was looking to do, but I did pick it up when it was on sale one day, and I absolutely love it. It's so underrated. If you can get it on sale, I definitely recommend it, especially if you're a fan of Toad and Toadette. Catherine Full Body. This game, I've only played it a couple times. It is a bizarre game. It just might be a little more out there than I'm like really into. It's kind of like a puzzle game. It follows this guy, I can't even remember his name. He's having like aggressive nightmares, and the aggressive nightmares that he's having is basically like you're in some sort of like hellscape. You're basically like climbing up this, it kind of looks like a big pile of blocks, like a never-ending pile of blocks that you have to like move and like jump on and basically like make it to the top every time. It's super stressful and it's a super aggressive nightmare to be having over and over again, but that's like the puzzle portion of it. And then like during the daytime you basically watch his story. I've only played like a few times, so don't quote me on any of this. That is what I have gathered thus far. Cozy Grove. I was really excited for this game to come out. I hyped myself up, I think, a little bit more than it was worth, but it is really adorable. It's my newest like cozy game that I've added to my game collection. It's basically like Animal Crossing, but haunted by adorable ghost bears. That sounds so weird, but you basically are a scout, like a Girl Scout or a Boy Scout. You get stuck on this island and it's inhabited by ghost bears, and they need you to fulfill their wish list, things that they haven't been able to do, and you kind of like learn about their stories, and the map gets more colorful and you unlock more pieces of the map as you help the bears fulfill their wish list and their tasks. It's really cute, but it does play in real time, so they only give you so many tasks every day. Once you do the tasks for the day, like that's it. You really just like gather things. I just wish there was more ongoing content is the only thing missing for me. Other than that, the art style is really cute. It's definitely a charming, like cozy, curl up in bed, play handheld kind of game for me. Dark Side Detective. I saw the sequel for it in the latest Indie Direct. It prompted me to buy the first one because I'm the kind of person that can't play a sequel without playing the first game. So I went and I downloaded it, and it's a point and click investigative game. It's got a really old-timey, like pixelated kind of art style, super witty dialogue and humor. The characters are really funny and unique. I think the first game had like 6 or 9, I don't remember how many. Less than 10 chapters. You basically just like unravel the mystery using your investigative skills and clues that you find. It's really cute and really good if you're into that kind of game. Dark Side Detective, A Fumble in the Dark. So this is the sequel that I saw on the Direct. I have not yet played the sequel, but I do look forward to playing it. This game is just like not top of my backlog, but it is top of my backlog that can be finished not in 2021. I'm a complicated gal and I got a lot of games to get through. The next one is Fez. This is a puzzle game that I also saw on the latest Indie Direct, and I downloaded it. It kind of reminds me of Toad's Treasure Tracker in the way that you have to like turn and rotate the worlds that you're in. The only thing is that it doesn't go like chapter by chapter, like where you complete one world and then you move on to the next and then you move on to the next. You can just jump all around the chapter map and how all the worlds are related. It's like a spider web. It's easy to get lost, but it is a really fun puzzle game if you're looking for a serious challenge and a little brain activity. Ooh. I had KFC today, guys, and I have the burps. KFC wasn't even good. Listen, my friend and I went to KFC and we ordered fill-up boxes, and we wanted 2 drumsticks instead of like a thigh and a drumstick, and neither of us got that. My friend wanted mac and cheese instead of mashed potatoes. We did not get that. Like, this guy just gave us like whatever order he wanted to give us. So I have really bad indigestion. I didn't even get what I wanted. So let's keep rolling. That was so gross. TMI. Sorry, everyone. Fire Emblem Three Houses. This game had been out for a long time before I decided to pick it up. It's a JRPG game. I don't know much about it. I haven't played too much. I have gotten far enough to pick my house. I picked Golden Deer. This is my first playthrough, and another game that I've like backlogged but definitely will go back to once I finish other games I need to finish first. The Gardens Between. It was on sale and I started seeing it on Instagram everywhere. So I decided to pick it up because it was on sale with this gigantic eShop sale. I don't think I can financially recover from how many games I purchased just during the sale. So that's fine. But The Gardens Between seems to be a puzzle game. The art style seems really cool, and a lot of people had good things to say, so that's pretty much all I know about this game, but I would like to play it eventually. Good pizza, great pizza. This game is really cute. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It's very repetitive in that you are just making pizzas for customers. And the art style is super cute. The customers, like instead of having the same like 4 customers, like they do change a lot, so there's like a lot of different customers coming in, a lot of different pizzas to make, so in that respect it's not repetitive. So if you like that, great. If you don't, then don't get it. Journey to the Savage Planet is a first-person shooter game. I'm not good at first-person shooter games at all. They are not my forte. Shoot that enemy there, can't do it. I bought this game because I was like, I will practice first-person shooters. I didn't practice first-person shooters. I played, I panicked, and then I exited out. It actually looked really good on the Switch, which I was surprised. It played pretty smoothly. If it wasn't a first-person shooter, I'd be so into it because the art is great, the world looks beautiful, it's super, super cool. If it wasn't a first-person shooter, then that'd be great, and it is, so that's where we're at. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It needs no intro. We don't even need to really talk about it, obviously. I I think almost everyone who owns a Switch, unless you hate Zelda, I think you probably own this game and you've at least played it. I haven't played it all the way through, but this game is one of the games that's at the top of my backlog to finish in 2021 because obviously Breath of the Wild 2 is aiming for 2022, which might buy me some extra time to finish this game, but it will be finished this year, and this is one of the ones like at the very top of my backlog. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. This one is not open world like Breath of the Wild. It is a port from an older game. It's very cute. I'm about halfway through it, but this one fell into my backlog with other games, and it's not one at the top of my list because there's no sequel, obviously. It's in there on like games I definitely will finish, but maybe not this year. Lego City Undercover, I've been playing before bed as like a relaxing, easy game. I've actually never played a Lego game before. This is my first one. I wanted to play one because they're always on sale, so I basically took to the interwebs and read it. Of course, where else are you gonna go to find game recommendations? I found this one. It had some of the best ratings of all the Lego games that were on sale and that I looked at. It is coined basically as like GTA for children, which is perfect for me because I don't play GTA. I'm not good at GTA, but GTA for children sounds like something I can definitely take on, I would hope. I've been really enjoying it. I'm like halfway through. Little Nightmares is scary. I haven't finished it. I have a really hard time with like horror games because my anxiety peaks. I can't wear my Apple Watch when I play horror games because the stress from my watch telling me that my heart rate is above 120 is enough to put me into cardiac arrest. My heart will like pump even harder seeing that little alert. People with anxiety will understand that. Littlewood is a farming sim. It's a very cozy little game. It came out not too long ago. It's kind of like Stardew and Story of Seasons and all of those games. The characters are really cute. It's an adorable little game. Unfortunately, it came out close to Pioneers of Olivetown. I ended up liking Pioneers of Olivetown a little bit better, but I'll go back to it eventually. The Longing I also saw in that indie Nintendo Direct that they did not too long ago, and you basically are stuck in this cave-like system for 400 days as this poor, sad-looking little guy. You're supposed to play in real time. From what I understand, there are no real tasks going on except for you to pass the time against 400 days. 400 real days. I don't know what happens at the end, but I am actually playing every day. So I'm not at 400 days yet. Luigi's Mansion 3 is an adorable game, but I do rage quite a lot with Luigi's Mansion 3, and I also force my fiance to play a lot of stuff for me, specifically boss battles. Honey, if you're watching this, I love you for playing it for me, even though you didn't want to. Luigi's Mansion is a really good game. I played the 3DS version of it and I really enjoyed it. I wish that Luigi got more time in the spotlight because he's a really cool guy and Mario gets a lot of attention, so I don't really think it's fair, but it's a really good game and you should definitely check it out. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This game is one of my all-time favorite games. It is a turn-based JRPG but themed Mario and Rabbids. It is a very strategic game and it does get really difficult, especially with some of the boss battles. Like, you really have to strategize. The second one comes out next year. This trailer looked awesome. Hearing the developers talking about it was so cool, and it's been in the work for 4 years, so it should be really good. Definitely check it out because it's always on sale. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart is Mario Kart. I am a sore loser, but most of the time a sore winner of Mario Kart. I am too good at the game compared to the people that I usually play with that it's not really fair for them, and they don't like to play with me because I always win, which makes me feel good, but I'm an aggressive winner because I rarely win at any game, so when I do, I'm like super pumped up about it. But I like to play Mario Kart by myself too, which is what I usually end up doing just to get all the trophies and stuff. I haven't 100% completed the game, but I'm pretty close. New Pokemon Snap. I am only partially through this game. I did not play the original more than a couple times. It's a little bit before my time of gaming. I was a small child. I do really enjoy the new one, but I'm in the middle of creating a Let's Play series for it, so I'm not all the way through because I do about an hour of it at a time and post it on my channel. I love to see the Pokemon in their natural habitat versus like fighting them in battle. It's a cool perspective. The graphics are really cool and the Pokemon are very interactive with you. Ni no Kuni, The Wrath of the White Witch. This game is one that's kind of sitting in my backlog, but like definitely will finish games. It looks phenomenal. It literally looks like a film. It is an RPG game. I don't know much else about it. I have not even really played it. I think I played it one time, so I'm not that deep into it, and I don't really have too many opinions except for that it looks great, and I'm excited to check it out because it has got tons of great reviews, and they are coming out with a sequel, so that always entices me to play the originals. Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I have completely finished Blind Forest. I am about halfway through Will of the Wisps. I absolutely love the Ori games. They are so challenging and they make me so upset and so frustrated, and I could just like smash my Switch and I gotta put it down. I just gotta be done for the night because I get really enraged. But it is so rewarding when you finish something that you've been really trying to get through. It's a beautiful game. The music, the art, the story, it's so cute, it's so beautiful, it's so wholesome. It's a Metroidvania style game. Both of them are, so definitely have a challenge aspect to them. I actually had no idea that I even enjoyed Metroidvania games until I played Blind Forest. Now I cannot get enough. I'm dedicated to Metroidvania games thanks to Ori. Overcooked 2. This game is the definition of chaotic. It is a multiplayer game where you're basically trying to cook food very quickly, but there's like people throwing food and you're doing this and that and you're playing with a bunch of different people and trying to line everything up at the same time. If you want a super chaotic game to play with your friends when they're over, Overcooked 2 is it. Oxenfree. This game I had heard talked about a lot and I never picked it up. I recently picked it up during the Switch sale because the sequel that I saw in the Indie Direct not too long ago looked really, really good and really piqued my interest, so I was like, well, darn, I gotta play this now. So I waited for it to go on sale and I bought it. It is a graphic adventure game about friends who open a supernatural rift, and that's all I know about it because I have not even launched the game yet. Paper Mario the Origami King stole my heart like no other game. That's a lie. There's one other one on this list later on that I probably will say the same sentiments about. I can't even tell you how much I loved it. It was like the beauty of Mario, but in a more puzzly fashion. You fought against office supplies like colored pencils and staplers. Those were like the big boss battles, and it was like on a round board. You have to like line up the arrows to travel across the board and take out the bosses. The smaller battles, you use stomp or you hit them with a hammer. The characters were so cute, and the fact that they look like paper is adorable. The dialogue is very different from other Mario games. It's a little bit more witty and jokingly. It's got like a kind of a different feeling to it, and I just couldn't get enough of this game. I probably could have cried when I finished it. Like, I loved it so much. I had never played a Paper Mario game before. I don't know why, because I love the Mario franchise. That's like my big thing. It's one of my favorite franchises. I wish it was bigger and I wish there were more of them because honestly, it has stolen my heart like no other. I have nothing but loving sentiments for this game. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. This game is very story based. You are a lawyer. You fight in a courtroom and try to prove that your client is innocent with the evidence that you find / collect and all of like the witness testimonies, and you get to do like cross-examination. They're coming out with a new one, I think in July. I wanted to see if I liked the trilogy because it was on sale, so that way I could play the other one because it piqued my interest. I am in the middle of that, and that is what I'm playing most currently and will finish most soon. That doesn't make any sense. I will finish this game first, so that way I can play the one in July. Pikmin 3 Deluxe is an adorable little game. I had no idea this franchise existed. My fiance used to play it when he was younger, so we played the whole thing together and he carried me all the way through the game. I did nothing but make it harder for him. I'm just kidding, I solved some things, but he mostly carried me through the game. Pikmin 3, you basically are in charge of all these little Pikmin, and there's different ones. There's like water Pikmin and rock Pikmin and all different colored ones, and they have little flowers in their head. They're very cute. You have to find food for yourself. You find like big pieces of fruit and they like condense it down into juice so they can survive. They get separated, the 3 people who are on the ship, and you have to find each other, and then you have to find the characters from the other games, like the original ones. You use Pikmin to go through obstacles to find them. You kill bosses with them, you solve puzzles with them, and you like throw them and they like make little noises when you throw them. I don't think I could play it alone. Honestly, I would be nowhere without playing multiplayer with my fiance. Pokemon Sword. And this game was controversial. Everyone's opinion is everyone's opinion. My opinion is that I absolutely loved and so enjoyed my time playing Pokemon Sword. part. I loved the open world aspect. I loved the battles. I loved everything about that game. I have yet to play the DLC, unfortunately, but I will eventually. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Loved this game, not as much as I love some other Pokemon games. I thought it was adorable and I enjoyed my time with it, but it wasn't my all-time favorite Pokemon game. I have ones that I like better. Skyrim was 50% off on this latest sale, and I've been thinking about starting it because I see a lot of good things about it on Instagram and on Reddit, and people obviously love Skyrim. That is not news to me. I've been hearing about it for years. I've never played it before, and I kind of wanted to check it out. It's a little bit more sophisticated than I'm used to, if I'm being completely honest, so it's a little bit daunting for me to play open world games like that. That was why it's been so hard for me to get all the way through Breath of the Wild. I'm looking forward to playing it, and I'm excited to see what it looks like handheld. Story of Seasons. So I have 2 Story of Seasons games on this list. Friends of Mineral Town, and then there's Pioneers of Olive Town, and Pioneers of Olive Town is the new addition to the franchise. Story of Seasons used to be Harvest Moon, and now it's not. I liked Friends of Mineral Town. It's really fun. It's your classic farming sim, but I do like Pioneers of Olive Town a bit better. I didn't even think I was gonna like it. I almost didn't buy Pioneers of Olive Town, but I'm so glad I did. I just like bit the bullet and I went for it, and boy do I love that game. I do think it's annoying that there are so many makers and that you have to have hundreds of freaking makers all over the place. Like, what is that? Why do you need one to make mayo and one to make butter and one to make logs? Why do you need that? Please streamline the makers and I will be 100% sold on this game. I will have no complaints and I will love every second of it. Spiritfarer. I know I said earlier in this video there was another game down the line that I was gonna say like so many loving things about, and this is that game. Spiritfarer is one of my all-time favorite games. I put off finishing the game because I didn't want it to end because I loved it that much, and it broke my heart ending the game. I did it to 100% completion and I would play it again and again. This indie game has stolen my heart. It is the indie game of all the indie games in my opinion. You are what's called a Spiritfarer. You play as Stella, and she basically helps spirits fulfill their last requests and their last tasks, and just basically helps them come to terms with the fact that they have passed away and that they need to cross over. And so anything unfinished gets delegated to Stella, who you play as, and she helps them complete these tasks and feel at ease, and then brings them to the Everdoor and helps them cross over with like one last hug and like this dialogue on the boat. Oh my gosh, I won't ruin it for you. If you haven't played Spiritfarer, oh my god, like the developers of this game, thank you for making this game. Please make more games like this. I love it, and you need to go check it out now. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I used to play Spyro all the time on my PlayStation when I was younger, and I absolutely loved it, so naturally I bought the trilogy just to like relive it. I haven't finished the whole thing. I have finished these games in the past on other consoles, but I have not finished all 3 of them on the Switch. I don't really feel a need to like rush through it and finish it because I've played all the games, but it's a nostalgic moment for me and it's an easy game for me to just like jump into. Super Mario 3D All-Stars is no longer available for purchase, unfortunately. It is basically a collection of 3 previous Mario games: Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. If you love those games and you love Mario, then you'll love it. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. 3D World was a game on Wii U, I believe. I never owned a Wii U. I did not play this game. It does have a new portion, Bowser's Fury, which I have not gotten to. My fiance and I are playing it together and we have not finished all of the worlds yet. We're kind of taking our time with it. Super Mario Odyssey. This is like one of the games of the Nintendo Switch. It's been out for years. I think everybody knows this game and everybody loves this game, and it's one of my favorites, and I think it's like never ending. There's so many moons, like even after you've played through the whole storyline, which I have, you can go back to the worlds you've already been to and find more moons that you couldn't discover during the game. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's a classic multiplayer game. You can play by yourself, but I prefer multiplayer. I don't play it too often anymore. It's one of those games that like you can just pick up and play with your friends. It's always a good party trick to pull out. There is no game, wrong dimension. This game caught my eye in the last Indie Direct. I played through the whole thing. There's only a few chapters. There's no instructions to the game. It is a point-and-click game that you figure out by yourself. Every chapter is different. You definitely don't want any spoilers because it definitely takes away from the experience of the game. I definitely am just going to leave you with that there's no instructions. It's point-and-click and you have to figure it out by yourself. Undertale is a recent pickup of mine, but I have not played the whole thing. I had no idea it existed. You basically play as a child that has fallen into the underground, which is basically just like this large secluded region under earth, and you're trying to get out. You come across like different monsters. You can basically decide if you want to violently fight them, like kill them, or if you want to befriend them or let them go and be peaceful. Decisions that you make along the way is kind of like a butterfly effect, so like it'll affect the ending that you see of the game from what I understand. We're almost there, guys. If you have sat through this whole thing, thank you. I tried to make this quick, but I get on a tangent and I'm so sorry to keep you guys here, but thank you so much for watching if you've gotten to this point. I only have a few more on this list. What Remains of Edith Finch? I just picked up this game because a bunch of people recommended it to me on Instagram and I've seen lots of people talk good things about it. It seems to be like a point and click kind of game that is very story based, where you basically go back to Edith's house where her and her family lived. I think she has since moved away because the family seems to be like cursed almost, or they just have this very dark cloud over them and they all kind of die in unfortunate ways, and Edith herself has left. The house is basically intact with how they left it since they have passed away and Edith is gone. So you go back and you basically find out what happened to the members of Edith's family. And some of it seems a little bit dark. It does seem very emotional and it seems to be something that you never forget your experience playing. So I definitely will check it out. Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. This game is a platformer. It definitely piqued my interest and it was also on sale for like $7. So I did pick it up, but I have not played it. I have heard and read very good things about it and I am a platformer fiend. I love platformer games. That's my vibe. So I'll definitely play it eventually when I get through all this other stuff I need to finish first. The last one I've got on this list, we're there. We made it, y'all. Yoshi's Crafted World is an adorable game. It is just like Mario, very reminiscent of those kind of games. It's a platformer, but everything is like crafty looking. So it's made out of like paper or wool. That makes it look like you put it together by hand, like the scenery behind everything. But I loved Yoshi's Crafted World, and I wish that the story was longer because it would be way easier to convince people to buy it at full price. But if you can get it on sale and you like platformers and you enjoy Mario games and you like Yoshi, you will love this game because it is so stinking cute. Alright guys, well I think that rounds out my entire game collection. If you want to know any other details about any of these games and I can give them to you, I definitely will. So leave any questions in the comments and let me know what you want to see in the future. Which game on this list is your favorite down in the comments. I would love to see it. Thank you so much for sticking this out. If you've made it this far, it means so much to me. Please come back. Please smash that like button and subscribe to this channel so you can come back and see more content in the future. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you had just as much fun as I did making this for you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.